Well, the Arsenal fans will remember a real fiesta here 2 weeks ago. They did reach this stage in style. That demolition job in the first leg here at Highbury in the last round, eventually knocking out the Spanish league leaders Deportivo La Coruña. Werder Bremen have also qualified in style, coming from behind to beat Serie A side Parma. Just wonder whether Dennis Bergkamp will be involved in the second leg. Bremen not too far away, the other side of his native Holland. He can reach it by road.
I think if they win 5-1 tonight, I'd suggest he wouldn't be. And if they don't win quite as emphatically, I think after the game on Sunday, Dennis might well be making a journey to Germany.
Well, these two sides have much in common this season. Both, as we've said, fifth in their respective leagues. Both have excellent home records, but are struggling away. Werder have won only one of their last 6 away ties in the UEFA Cup. Both have been scoring plenty of goals, but not as reliable defensively, and they're even very similar in European experience. Arsenal's 96th game, and Bremen their 98th. At a club where there is a French manager and several French players, the officials are all from France tonight, headed by referee Claude Colombo. So Tony Adams is back. His presence, well, you can't overestimate it. And Dieter Eilts, leading out Werder Bremen, is a pretty similar sort of character, a one-club man. This promises to be a tremendous challenge for Arsenal. There have been suggestions from the Highbury camp that the players are feeling the effects of constant involvement in pursuing the Premiership and this tournament as well. Werder Bremen, like all Bundesliga clubs, had a midwinter break. They resumed at the beginning of February, and they come here in tremendous spirit. They do have a great sense of togetherness on and off the pitch. And we may well see them go into a huddle before the off here. But first of all, Dieter Eilts and Tony Adams have to complete the formalities of the toss. Check on the substitutes for you on the Arsenal bench. Well, Martin Keown's got a protective cast on a damaged hand. 6 full internationals, plus the 1 German at Highbury, Stefan Maltz. Andy Herzog in the centre there, hands on hips, waiting for Eilts, and this is the bonding that they do before every game. It's been an amazing transformation. They went through a couple of coaches last season, and then their present coach, Thomas Schaff, a long-time player at the club who graduated into coaching, got the job really by default, almost as a last resort. But he and the club's general manager and former star striker Klaus Allofs have done a tremendous job together. Arsenal have lost their last 2 games. They've never lost 3 in a row in Arsene Wenger's time as manager. And this, surprisingly, is Werder Bremen's first ever European game against an English club.
No forum guide then, eh?
Iltz, buffeted by Vieira. Arsenal win that early challenge and set Bergkamp moving down the left. But biding his time and not delivering a cross.
Well, I know about him. Immediately he got the ball, 3 players descended on Dennis Bergkamp, trying to deny him a bit of time and space.
Silvino's throw. Vieira switching it across to Dixon. It's Dabrowski who got ahead of there. He's a very tall figure in midfield, the number 23 on the far side. And they are a big side. They've actually scored the most headed goals in the Bundesliga this season. And probably because of that, they've scored the most goals from corners as well. So there's something for Arsenal to keep an eye on and for you to watch out for. But Barton is a very inexperienced centre-back. Baumann, in his first season with Werder Bremen, has caught the eye of the national team and the coach Eric Riebeck, and has won a couple of caps this season. Arsenal looking for a fast start. Baumann gets a foot in. Here's the Brazilian Ailton handling.
Well, they've started the Germans exactly as we put in the graphic, Martin, with the back 4, the protection of Dabrowski and Iltz just in front of them. Actually, Boda's playing pretty far forward. The number 17, we thought he might play left side. He's playing up very close to Ailton.
Bergkamp. Well, he hit that very swiftly.
Beautiful strike, great technique, half volley. You look at the goalkeeper's non-reaction, that suggests he was pretty confident that this was going wide. Rost, but it's a beautiful strike nonetheless.
Arsenal in a European quarter-final for the 7th time. It's the 6th experience of this stage for Werder Bremen. The sorting out done by Frings, who's a versatile player. Silvino in a hurry to keep the game moving for Arsenal. Henry's header. He's certainly been the goal scorer in form in the UEFA Cup for the Gunners. Baumann. Chikuzu on from Frings, linking up with Boda. Neat play from Werder Bremen. And Frings goes on. There's 1 or 2 cries from the crowd there about stopping it for a Werder Bremen free kick. The referee believing the Germans could keep going and keep going well, Andy.
Yeah, he was going to blow Martin, but he gave a good advantage.
Herzog with the long throw, and Adams was struggling. And Silvino happy to whack it away.
They were all over the place. Ramondi had no idea where that was going off him. But that's the threat. You mentioned the amount of headed goals they'd scored, and you can see the emphasis is on even wide throws, get it in there.
Adams wins that one. Iltz in from Herzog with that good left foot of his. And David Seaman with full mobility. After that premature departure on Sunday when Arsenal lost at Middlesbrough. They previously lost last Thursday, the second leg. It was of no consequence in La Coruña. But it was another blot on the away record. And you just wonder, Andy, what they've got to do here tonight against a team that's already come back from losing an away leg 3-0 in France.
Well, that is a question. What have they got to do? I mean, I think the important thing for them is not to concede, Martin. I really believe that. I think a clean sheet and anything they get apart from that is a real bonus. Because what Arsenal have also showed is they're capable of scoring in away matches in Europe. I think that's important. So don't concede tonight. Be tight. There's a foul. Just a little bit late. Out. And that's his job. That's what he'll try and do. Break it all down. Break it all up in front of the back 4.
Henry. Art's going in again, but Henry keeps possession for Arsenal. Dixon. Parler ahead of him. There's an element of revenge here. Andy, Arsene Wenger's only European final as a manager 8 years ago in the Cup Winners' Cup. He was in charge of Monaco, and that final was against Werder Bremen.
I take it they lost it then. Monaco.
They lost it 2-0, yeah. Thomas Schaff, his opposite number tonight, played for Werder Bremen that night, as did Iltz, who's playing here, and Boda. Parler. Henry is on the move.
That's as much a surface, you know. It's such a beautiful surface, and it's very slick, some moisture on it. This is lovely movement. Great vision from Henry, and then he tries just to go on the outside. The ball's the right idea, just a little bit heavy from Ray Parler. Well, not quite the start they had against Deportivo, 1 up by now. Lee Dixon, I think, what, 5th minute goal. They've given them a brilliant start. They haven't quite threatened that tonight.
Adams. Kuzu, the Namibian. Herzog, the Austrian. Had a year with Bayern Munich and actually played against Nottingham Forest in a European quarter-final and was a 5-1 winner at the City Ground that night. Grimaldi, who was suspended in La Coruña. And look at Boda, who played for Germany initially as a defender and was in the Euro '96 success in that capacity. Came on as a substitute against England at Wembley and in the final itself.
Well, as I suspected, obviously Boda in the midfield, Herzog and Frings will do that job, Mark. They'll drop back in if they have to, and the ball's certainly in their area, as Boda had to do then. But I think Lee Dixon and Salvini have got to keep testing both Boda and Frings, who are wide for Werder Bremen. Just keep running past them and say, go on then, do you want to keep tracking me? Do you want to keep tracking me?
It's a terrific atmosphere here, and it was hard to hear the referee's whistle then, but Arsenal got a free kick. Ljungberg. Mark Overmars amongst the substitutes, but still feeling that damaged ankle. So Ljungberg starting again on the left, and he's certainly been worth the place with his recent displays. Bergkamp. Vieira doing the intercepting and the stretching and the reclaiming. And powering on, Patrick Vieira. Here's Henry! Well, it's across the goalkeeper, across the face of the goal, and Werder Bremen survived. The thrust from Thierry Henry.
What a run from Vieira. This was quite magnificent football from the Frenchman. And then Henry's honesty, Martin, as the tackle comes in there. You just wonder, had he gone to ground, would the referee have given a penalty? It's a wonderful surging run. Tackle goes in, he stays on his feet because he wants to score. He's in such good form, Henry, but he wants a goal. That goal just against him.
Grimaldi. Authoritative play from Adams. Flick from Henry. Ljungberg, a problem for Frinks, which he solved. That's a trip by Herzog.
But it's no more than that, I have to say, Martin. I mean, he's unlucky. It's just bad control. The ball got away with him, and he just sticks out a leg.
That's his second yellow card in this competition. 3 equals suspension, and Arsenal have got a few on the tightrope tonight, including Adams.
Oh, it'd be a novelty on its own if you see Arsenal playing Europe here, and the team they're playing against finishes with 11 men.
Patrick Vieira pulled away well to that deep position from the free kick. Ailton. The pace of Arsenal's play forcing the missed kick there from Wiedener.
The free kick was actually well delivered, you know. They actually worked it very well. Just the header back across from Vieira was just lacking in any purpose, really.
While Arsenal were losing at Middlesbrough, Werder Bremen were winning a Bundesliga game 5-2 against Freiburg.
A little bit afters there. on Ailton.
This is the coach, Thomas Schaff, a man who was surprisingly given this job from the junior ranks of the coaching staff at the club, but has really taken to it, and the players have taken to him.
Well, they've not offered a threat yet. They talk about they like to go forward, they do. But I think such has been the positive start from Arsenal that for over 10 minutes in this match, the opening 10 minutes, we've seen nothing really of Werder Bremen in Arsenal's half.
Well, it was just a long throw, wasn't it, from Herzog that rather caught Arsenal out with its length. Vieira, though, who has begun so well, as a flag gone up here.
It's gone back down again. No, it's back up again.
Well, it's still up, and the Werder players have attracted the attention.
Well, Henry's never offside. You watch this, as the ball's played through. Now, that's no way that flag should go up for a player in the middle of the park being offside. Ball was played wide to Henry. Flag should have stayed down, in my opinion.
Werder Bremen qualified for this tournament by winning the German Cup. That's the way of things these days. And they beat Bayern Munich just after Bayern had returned home to Germany with their tails between their legs, having lost to Manchester United in Barcelona. And by a strange coincidence, both those clubs have qualified for this season's German Cup final. Parler, Dixon. Pressure on him by the tall Dabrowski. Arsene Wenger was emphasising the point you made, Andy, yesterday, saying we take any sort of win with Bremen failing to score.
Oh, absolutely.
Parler. Adams, his latest injury problem has been a damaged groin. He had a spell in France with Arsene Wenger's fitness guru, and he's done a full week's training since then. So the hopes are not just for tonight. There's a very big game here at Highbury on Sunday against a certain Tottenham Hotspur. Wiedener, Iltz. Now Herzog. Loves to spray the ball around with that left foot of his. Grimondi. Swept on towards Parler by Bergkamp. Not at the greatest height for the receiver, it must be said.
No, Baumann read it well, though, Martin. He was marking Bergkamp, and he just decided to leave him and took a gamble that the ball was going to be played first time it was, and he was able to put a challenge in. But Arsenal have been bright, I have to say. They've worked well, they've pressured Werder Bremen when they've had the ball really well, all over the pitch. Won it back well, used it quite well themselves. And had Henry not been driven a little bit wider than he wanted to go, they might well be ahead.
Bergkamp. Unfortunately for Arsenal, there was a slip by Henry. Baumann, but straight to Vieira, and Henry's definitely onside this time, played onside by Barton. He's kept it in. Bergkamp sprinting into the centre, Young as well.
Well, Iltz, the captain's having a right whack at Barton. He was miles behind every other player in the Werder Bremen team. And I tell you what, if that ball had been played centrally, Martin, rather than wide, there was no catching Thierry Henry.
Dixon's throw. Reminder that we are also covering Leeds against Slavia Prague. Same stage, same competition. It's available for Sky digital viewers on Sky Sports News. Adams too strong for Ailton. Iltz. Closed down quickly by Grimandi. Frinks filling in the centre for Werder Bremen. Baumann. Werder couldn't deal with the bounce. Parler. Got Henry ahead of it. Ray Parler trying to force a way through with the ball himself. Lovely piece of recovery for Werder Bremen by Iltz, typical of his trade.
Well, that's his job. Don't drift very far from his two centre-backs, you know, Mark. He'll be 10, 20 yards in front of him is about as far as he goes. He knows he's their protection. He's the buffer. With his experience and quality, it's a job he does. Consummate ease and visit very well.
Adams played that a little bit blind. Ljungberg already is moving forward more centrally as well. Arsenal got away with it. Dixon. It's Baumann doing well on Bergkamp again. Vieira. Just a little bit of the early frenetic pace has dropped here. Werder Bremen bedding into their task. Parler. Grimandi. Ljungberg saying to Silvinho, that's mine. And the Brazilian had gone ahead of the Swede.
One touch needed there. Wanted to bring it down out there. I thought he could have just helped it on in one.
Here is Ljungberg making progress on the ground, and Adams well forward. Parler. Back for Grimandi. Werder Bremen defending a bit deep, encouraging Grimandi.
Well, Adams had stayed up as well. I don't think Grimandi had seen him though. Otherwise, I think a little ball to the back post was ideal. This is always swerving away. Goalkeeper just following it. Well, what you don't see there is Adams just drifted up back post.
Good climb by Adams. Barton. He's only played 9 times in the Bundesliga. He's come through the reserve ranks at Werder Bremen. And been given an opportunity because the veteran Brazilian, you might remember, Julio Cesar, has been injured for much of the season. Here's Arsenal's Brazilian, Silvinho. Good angle for the cross. Plenty back. Wearing the green and black stripes of Werder Bremen. Bergkamp. Sent tumbling by Chikuzu.
Yeah, this is good skill from Bergkamp. Just too quick for Chikuzu. I think already we've seen, Mark, if Arsenal are going to win this well tonight, they're going to have to play very well.
Bergkamp's free kick. Again, it was Vieira who was the deepest. The ball wasn't quite deep enough for him. Henry retrieving. Adams, too high for him. Bergkamp. Adams has stayed forward. Grimandi. Adams still in there to be aimed at.
That's a poor ball though. It was aimed at right. He should have been aiming that 5 yards in front of Adams, not 10 yards behind him.
And it's brought out by Dabrowski. Boda. Silvinho a little too eager really, challenging from an angle that was always likely to lead to a free kick to be given against Arsenal.
Not really going anywhere either. Boda struggling for support. Vieira coming to put him under pressure. No need to give a free kick away.
Frings. To A bit short for Vieira, but he's used his strength not for the first time tonight impressively. And play on, says the official on the far side. Thierry Henry's in the clear and Arsenal lead. He really is the in-form man in front of goal, especially in the UEFA Cup.
Well, it's a horrendous error from Baumann. We'll see what's very close for offside. Arsenal get it. It goes their way, the decision. The flag stays down. And it's a wonderful finish, but you wouldn't expect anything else, would you? From a man as confident as Thierry Henry is at the moment.
For the season. 5 now in 4 UEFA Cup games. Well, they've had some problems already, Werder Bremen, before the goal. In lack of communication maybe at the back. They are a team that scores a lot of goals, but also ships a few as well, and they're behind at Highbury to Thierry Henry and Arsenal.
Well, they went one down early on in Parma. You were telling me 3 minutes, Mark, they conceded a goal?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, they conceded a goal in Parma. And that wasn't the end of the night. They played well after that. But that's, yeah, I mean, if there's no pressure on the ball, as there wasn't on Vieira, then you can't, as a defender, stand up like that. He had to follow Henry's run. He decided not to, whether he knew he couldn't keep up with them. And thought, oh, I'll just step up here. But that was a fatal error from Baumann.
Herzog. Grimandi. Off Iltz. Headed forward by Grimandi again. And you look around this Werder Bremen side and you see international class, particularly with Boda and Herzog, attacking-minded players. Ailton, the Brazilian, who's not a full international, but he's having a super season. You just look at their back line, where Barten is the novice, and Baumann, although he's come from Nuremberg, a previous Bundesliga club, first season with this club. He's a defender who's scored a few goals this season as well. He wants to think forward. And well, that might just be where Arsenal can get into the semi-finals. But we've said several times in this UEFA Cup run, Andy, Thierry Henry really came here as a wide player.
Well, you and I have talked to Arsene Wenger about that, and he said, yes, Martin, he is a wide player when he plays badly up front. But at the moment, that cannot be levelled against Thierry Henry. He's a threat, his pace. He's almost, well, they talked about when Anelka left that he could replace him. My goodness, they've certainly found a replacement in Thierry Henry. Has all the pace that certainly Anelka has, and at the moment, he's shown the clinical finish of an Anelka as well. What he also has is great communication, participation in the dressing room, unlike Anelka, and indeed with the supporters as well. You and I were on the plane back from Spain last week, and it was Thierry Henry who got on the microphone and thanked the fans who were on the official trip for travelling with the team. Well, there they are. He's also a better lad than Anelka then. Well, that's a great start, inside 20 minutes. Pinch a goal at home like that. Chance for another one here. Out comes Rost with the punch. Ailton having to come and collect. Naturally left-footed. Well, we could take a little look at that. Maybe we found whether he's offside. Now look how high up the pitch they are, Mark. You cannot, as a defender, now step out. No pressure on Petit and Vieira. Baumann decides I'm going to stand up. Shouldn't be doing that. The rest is just about composure and confidence, and he has both. And Arsenal have the first goal of this quarter-final. But it's no strange situation for Werder Bremen to be behind away from home. They haven't won an away game this year. In fact, they've lost all their away games this year. Henry.
Perhaps deciding that maybe the goalkeeper couldn't pick it up.
Henry's pace is the threat, man. It always is, but the two centre-backs don't fancy it. I'm absolutely convinced of that. They seem petrified every time he gets on their shoulder or level with them. They don't know whether to step up on them. I guarantee you from now on they'll not know whether to drop off 10 yards and let them get it and turn and run at them, or hold the line. They're shouting for a corner, but I didn't think it was. I think he gets it just about in time. Yeah, not all of the ball over the line.
Just about.
We'll give it.
Barton wins the header against Henry. Chikuzu. Isles.
That's good pressure again now. You see, as soon as it went out, Patrick Vieira was right in his face, forcing the skipper of Werder Bremen to play it blind, play it quickly, and he gets a throw. That's pretty imposing, that. That's dominant. That's what that is.
Well, it's a big spell for Arsenal. Some obituaries have been written for their season, and Arsene Wenger sometimes is quite happy to go along with that, knowing that there might be a bit of fuel left in the tank there. Got their 2 games and the 2 successive Thursdays against Werder Bremen in the UEFA Cup. 2 home games in the Premiership on 2 successive Sundays, particularly the one here against Tottenham this coming weekend. Now, a good hand of wins in these upcoming games.
I don't belong with a tired theory, Matt. I never have done. I look at this Arsenal side, and Thierry Henry is down as having played more games than anyone else. 37 of the 44 Arsenal have played. Now, a lot of those Thierry Henry appearances have been a substitute early on in the season. So, I mean, I don't see why mid-March to late March, and having played 30 games, that you can be overtired. I really don't.
Parler. Henry. Parler still keeping it alive for Arsenal. Oh, just cutting it back in, probably to Bergkamp.
Not quite sure how it got through.
Miles feeling the strain. Raimondi is there, but the whistle's gone.
Well, there was no method in this at all. There were just legs and arms and bodies all over the place. No one's quite sure where it is, but somehow Parler manages to squeeze it through a forest of legs, almost to Dennis Bergkamp. The beauty of that opening goal, as I said, against Deportivo, Martin, now Arsenal can be controlled about the game. They can make sure they don't give one away, and they know they don't have to go chasing it stupidly. They have the goal, good early one again in the match. Just build from there.
Herzog. Stopped really emphatically by Parler. It's is there to win it back for Werder Bremen. Chikuzu concerned about the presence of Ljungberg as Arsenal close down the player in possession again and do more than that. They dispossessed him, but only for a moment. Good recovery by the Namibian.
Yeah, it was a free kick though. He blindsided the referee, but Chikuzu did a big chunk of Ljungberg's shirt as he lost the ball. That's why Freddie Ljungberg didn't get away from him.
Well, there's always something special about Anglo-German confrontations at club level, at international level. And the Dutch enjoy playing a part as well. Bergkamp. In goes Adams. Ljungberg's header high rather than mighty. In goes Luzhny. Frinks. Parler. Frinks fouled Ray Parler. The referee saw it.
He'll take that because he was really struggling. There wasn't really a pass on for Ray Parler. He's looking around, he's looking for a little bit of help. It didn't come. Free kick came at the right time.
Raimondi. First third of the contest tonight has passed. Profitable so far for Arsenal, thanks to Henry keeping his hot streak going in the UEFA Cup. Vieira. Silvinho. Bang back at him by Bergkamp. Vieira. Luzhny, who struggled to replace Lee Dixon at right back. Happy to get him. Playing in the centre. Henry gets the better of Chikuzu. Tried to roll it in for Ljungberg. There was no other option in a red and white shirt in the penalty area.
That's a surprise for me, because as soon as he got it, I thought somebody would have been busting a gut to get right in front of goal.
Grimondi, Dixon already setting off, almost too eager for the pass, and he's still playing at 100 miles an hour on the eve of his 36th birthday, Lee Dixon. And that other 36-year-old Nigel Winterburn will be disappointed not to be in the starting 11, having found himself a new career as a midfield player in the last couple of games. Boda, Ailton, Bergkamp, Vieira. Actually, if it had got through then, Bergkamp wasn't ready for a return pass. Chikuzu. Up to Ailton, and when it comes his way, it's not sticking.
Oh, he's been poor, he's been non-existent. The lone striker at the moment hasn't had much, you're right.
As a player, when he first went to Werder Bremen last season, was regarded very much in the bad buy category. He was given a chance with the change of coach. He's really taken it. 16 goals this season. Herzog. Looking for the aerial power of Marco Boda.
Always looked just a touch on the heavy side, the pass. Luzhny did well, didn't try and contest it, but just eased Boda out the way.
Vieira. This is Ljungberg. Dixon. Really trying to fire it in. They can't really hang it up in a percentage way to the front men that Arsenal have got, but if they can pick somebody out.
Well, they could put it in. I mean, I think you're right. Just hanging a big high-looking ball is not going to help Bergkamp or Henry, but both of those players that I mentioned are good enough. If a ball's played in it, yeah, and big enough. If a ball's played in at a decent height, man, to go and attack it. I still don't think Arsenal put enough of those balls in, I have to say. You mentioned that Werder Bremen scored more headed goals than any team in Germany. Well, man, Arsenal probably score fewer headed goals than any team in England.
And there's Luzhny heading it forward well. Grimondi. Vieira has been a major influence on the game so far, but this is still very much the formative stage. The early chapters of what could be a compelling story.
Well, you have to believe that Werder Bremen are better than this. I have to say, they haven't impressed me greatly in the opening 34 minutes of this match. Arsenal have dominated possession, dominated territorially. Apart from one long throw, it caused a little bit of confusion in 6-yard box of David Seaman's. Then it's been very comfortable evening, I have to say. Dread to say that too loudly that it changes, but they're just controlling the game just exactly the way they want to do, Arsenal, at the moment.
Silvino, Grimondi. Dabrowski trying to get a challenge in behind him. Chikuzu does. Just over 10 minutes to go to half-time. Highlight for Arsenal fans so far. The one goal from Henry. The general level of the performance has been right up there at the level Arsene Wenger would be wanting. That was Wiedener reflecting the way that Werder Bremen are feeling the force of Arsenal at the moment.
The right idea. He's probably saying to his goalkeeper, I was in control, I knew exactly what I was doing, kidded everybody. Wheel of the goal kick.
The goalkeeper Rost was the hero of the German Cup win over Bayern Munich. He scored a penalty in the shootout and then saved from none other than Lothar Matthäus. Ailton. Dixon. Parler. Ailton. First real movement forward down the far side by Wiedener from left back. But it led to little for Werder Bremen. Kuhnert getting it away. As Arsenal call the tune again.
They'll take it on.
Henry settles for the corner. So there with Tony Adams position himself.
He quite likes the one where he sort of spins away to the back now. Comes in about penalty spot. Interesting to see where he goes front to back post. He has the option when he puts himself centrally, spins away. Does like that one.
And he gets it down. Adams! Well, the shot was splendid as well. So was the save from Rost. Parler for Ljungberg.
Well, I said he quite likes it when he spins back post. That was a classic example. Because Dennis Bergkamp knows what's happening. That's why Tony just watches and waits. He knew but Boda wasn't getting that. He just waited, took it on his chest. It's a brilliant effort. That's good flying in top corner. Wonderful save from Rost.
Well, the first half force very much with Arsenal. With the skipper's return. Ailton. Got the ball, but Vieira got the Brazilian.
That's what you call a sensible foul. You know, you get caught with a couple of men up ahead of play and they're chasing back. You see Grimaldi, Ailton gets ahead of both midfield players and, you know, 10 yards in your opponent's half. That's what you call a sensible foul. Gives you a chance to just regroup and say, go on then.
With the free kick, defended by Vieira. Herzog. Here's Wiedener. Supported by Herzog, and he's got room to do something here that might do some damage to Arsenal. Arsenal had the opportunity and spurned it to whip it into the centre. It's led to a corner, and as I said earlier, they have scored more goals from corners in the Bundesliga than any other German team this season.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Arsene Wenger's methodical as he is will have made a note of that, and his players will be expecting that they're going to have to contest this.
It's taken by Frings. When you know that, the last thing you want to do is give away another one cheaply, but Ray Parler with a complete miss kick.
Good claim as well from the first ball in from Grimaldi. Went up well against Baumann near post. On a pretty good header. This one might be a little deeper.
Seaman bosses the situation. Was a little deeper and it suited the goalkeeper.
It was a little deeper but too close to the goalkeeper. With that one 2 or 3 yards further out. In a much better corner.
Sukuzu. There goes Silvinho again, emphasising Arsenal's rapid movement to the ball. Grimaldi. Henry. Vieira. Now Silvinho. Henry. For Bergkamp. beautifully guided down. Will Ray Parlour reach this? He does!
Oh, it's close. I think there's just a little touch on this, you know, as well. This is lovely football. Beautiful link-up play, and he just tries to feed him in. I have to say, I thought that Wiedner had just got a fraction on the ball, just to... Well, he only knocks it about a foot from its original path, but I think that foot's enough. Pressure's there from Ross, couldn't quite control it. Lovely build-up.
Hasn't scored for Arsenal since the Charity Shield.
He's due one then, eh?
Chikuzu. Miles. Now Wiedner. Ailton. Baumann, the defender who was caught all over the place when Henry went through to score. Ailton. And Werder in the centre. Silvino's header's dropped for Chikuzu.
I talked earlier about communication, Mark. The back four that's played here for 10 years has had that. I've got absolutely no doubt if that been Nigel Winterburn, Tony Adams would have been shouting, leave it, there's nobody near you. But what does he shout to Silvino? I'm not so sure he's seeing Silvino heads it away, and they're under pressure.
Especially with the power in the arms of Andy Herzog. And takes charge. Touch from Ljungberg. Henry, chase for Freddie Ljungberg. Frinks. Alps was happy to leave it to the younger man. The referee was happy for the game to go on.
Yeah, Ellis just lent on Ljungberg, took him out. I think you'd expect any other player would have done exactly the same.
Parlour. Now Ailton. Werder to work. Vieira tracking back effectively.
Well, what a 43 minutes he's had, Patrick Vieira. It's been magnificent for Arsenal.
Henry. He's past Chikuzu. Still Henry. He's tumbled in the box, but it's a corner. More than that for Arsenal.
Well, he had a look. Leaves Chikuzu for dead here with his pace again. They're scared to death of him, Mark. But he had a little look and he's thinking, well, there's no one there yet. So he had to try and take Barton on.
This time Adams goes towards the front post. Punched away by the fists of Frank Rost. Silvino. Kenny had the chance just to toss it in then, but decided not to, and that's led to Tony Adams foregoing the attacking position and getting back to the halfway line. Silvino.
Given a free kick against Bergkamp, one assumes for backing in.
It's a real strain for Silvino to throw it that far. It's not a natural movement from the left back.
Not much there, wasn't it? Gee. He is an eagle-eyed referee, this boy, I have to say. He's done all right. I mean, I thought when the yellow card came out early on, Mark, we might be seeing a glut of him, but we haven't. He's let the game flow whenever he could.
Be one extra minute before half-time. Franks. can certainly be pleased with their work in this first period to try and get some real advantage to take to Bremen for the second leg, which is a week tonight. We shall be able to watch on the Sky Sports News for Sky Digital viewers with us. Dixon. Parler, the last Arsenal attack before half-time. Broken up by Barton. Dabrowski. Bergkamp. Juan Barton got to it, which was important for Werder Bremen and disappointing for Thierry Henry. And now tries to juggle it beyond Iltz and Barton. And then Frinks came back. And that's the end of the first half, which one would think would please Arsene Wenger. Looking for revenge from his Monaco days against Werder Bremen, and it's the former Monaco forward Thierry Henry who's got the only goal so far. One-on-one with goalkeeper Rost, and that's fair reward for a fine Arsenal first half. And they lead at Highbury at half-time against Werder Bremen by that 1-0. Thierry Henry, his goal separating the two sides at this point. Werder Bremen, German champions 3 times, German Cup winners 4 times, the Cup winners, as we pointed out, against Arsene Wenger's Monaco back in 1992. Referee just checking we're all present and correct for the second half to get underway. First half in which Arsenal controlled the shape of the game without too much trouble. Werder Bremen, by and large, whether they've been forced back or opting for a policy of containment, but certainly very, very little in the way of attacking emphasis from the German club.
Yeah, I think they've had no option, Martin. I think Arsenal have just pushed them back, dominated control of the ball. And Werder Bremen have had no answer at the moment. They would have been delighted it was only 1 at half-time.
Wiedener.
You've got to feel that they've got more to offer than this.
Just to remind you, in the round before last, they lost the away leg 3-0 to Lyon and scored 4 without reply in their own Weser Stadion. Boda. Has been a strange European campaign for Arsenal with the relative failure in the Champions League. And then the way the rules are with UEFA this season. The safety net was the UEFA Cup. It's a long time since an English club was last in the semi-final of this competition. You have to go back to the year that Tottenham won it in '84. And Forest were also semi-finalists. Henry trying to get between two. Barton and number 6 Baumann. Parler, so maybe a little bit annoyed with himself that he didn't really go full tilt. It came behind Ljungberg.
split them perfectly, didn't he, with the pass. Behind Ljungberg, in front of Parler. But again, the threat was there for Henry. They just haven't got an answer centrally or wide for Henry's pace at the moment. Bremen.
Vieira's power. Ailton has got Boda through the centre. Wiedener supporting on the left. Boda's flick. Ilushny's lunge. Herzog. Wiedener.
A little unlucky he's given a free kick. When Ailton and Dennis Bergkamp was looking just to release Henry from the ball. Well, it's played into him. I think it's rather generous of the referee to give a free kick there, I have to say.
Dabrowski makes a late run, and then Herzog thrashes it. He hoped goalwards. It only got as far as the small Arsenal wall.
Yeah, pretty poor from Herzog. He's better than that, Andres Herzog.
Herzog. Dabrowski. For Boda. Fine challenge by Tony Adams.
Well, that was an important challenge. We saw nothing of Werder Bremen in that area first half, Martin. Within 5 minutes, they've had more of the ball in Arsenal half than they probably had in all of the first half put together.
Ljungberg played it to feet as Henry spun away for a ball over the top.
Another free kick. Well, there was anything wrong with that referee's whistle. It doesn't seem to be very loud. There's a purpose there, and as you've said, there's a threat when anything's been delivered in there for Bremen to attack aerially.
Taken by Herzog. Didn't come at a convenient height for David Seaman, but the handling was very secure.
Well, they've got three players who all go under the ball, Martin. Look at the huge gap between those three in the back post.
Meanwhile, Henry is away. Ljungberg making up the ground. Henry has to try and bide a bit of time. Again, his honesty very conspicuous. He didn't go to ground yelling for a penalty when others might have done. Little appeal now, but...
Yeah.
Dixon. Parler was going in the opposite direction. Header by Dabrowski. Franks. Arsenal winning it well forward. Parler. No one running behind Henry.
Well, he goes in again and he threatens. In behind. He's always going to be first to that. They do quite well because he has to come back on himself. He knows he has to bide some time. He just goes over the leg of Ellis. I don't think there was a penalty there at all. And he didn't really moan too much, to be honest with you.
Well, at a time with so many players falling to ground so easily and foreigners getting a bad name for that sort of thing, I think we should compliment Thierry Henry.
Well, he could have gone down first half, as I said, when he went through, but he wanted to score himself, stayed on his feet, missed the chance. But this is more of a game. The opening 6 minutes of this than it was in 45 minutes of the first half.
Wiedener. Headed away by Silvino. Shikuzu wanting to take an extra touch. That's dangerous with Henry around, and Arsenal can spring forward here. Ljungberg. Past Barton. Vieira in the centre. Bergkamp's got there as well. Werder Bremen had plenty back. And only Ailton forward. Now there you are. He's gone to ground. And he's got a free kick. Adams says that's not the way to play. And Tony Adams has got to be careful because Arsenal want him for the second leg and he doesn't want to get himself booked here.
I mean, it's very dramatic, isn't it, from Ailton, but you see, the thing Tony should be learning, you can't do that with foreigners. They hate that when you try and pull them up. And he reacted. Just leave him there, that's what I'd do.
I think Ailton, who doesn't speak any English, got the message.
Yeah, the old days when Tony first started, the message would be next ball up with the halfway line. Tony would be going right through the back of him. That would be the message.
A brooding Brazilian, a complaining captain. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Arsenal still 1 goal to the good. Bergkamp, misjudgment by Wiedener. And it was a miss kick by Barton. Kuzu recovered well. Now Herzog. Frinks. Nicely put together this by Werder Bremen. And Herzog's got great range in his passing. Wiedener. Boda in the middle. Frings getting there as well. And Ailton. He'll switch this onto his left foot. In towards Marco Boda. Vieira got back into the right place. And they will need his height. Lushny's not the tallest.
Well, this is the Werder Bremen we thought we'd see from the first minute mark, not the 45th minute. It's much more confident, much more upbeat. A little bit more pace to their game, a little bit more tempo. And a little bit of indecision. They talk about it. Communication. I guarantee you, Mark Keown or Steve Ball beside Tony Adams there, there'd have been a call, there'd have been an understanding. And I don't think that's helped us back four this year.
What about Arsenal playing with no English players, no British players at Middlesbrough, the back four on Sunday? When it was Lushny, Grimondi, Petit and Silvinho.
So that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Pick a common language.
And of course David Seaman came off at half-time. You had the Austrian Manninger in goal in the second half. The times they are a-changing.
You don't believe it. This has been so much like both UEFA Cup ties we've seen here, Mark, where Arsenal have had pretty good first halves, both against Nantes and against Deportivo, and then beginning of the second half, not particularly encouraging. We've allowed teams back into it. Whether allowed or whether the other teams have gotten back into it is another thing. I think this team have played their way back in. Certainly Arsenal wouldn't be allowing them to do this.
Thomas Schaff seeing his side have more possession.
Well, he probably thinks his team a bit better defending when they're attacking, Mark, in a strange sort of way.
Ljungberg. Nothing given. Wiedener. Wiedener going in again. Vieira. Bergkamp. Wanting to get it forward quickly to Ljungberg. It's just happy to knock it away. He was a vital component for Germany when they won that European Championship at Wembley. Hardly heard of before that tournament, but certainly everyone knew all about him afterwards.
Well, that's for just walking along the line. The referee had said to Lee Dixon, it's there, it's there. Dicko just kept sneaking yard after yard after yard.
Grimondi. Vieira. Early from Adams. Space for Silvinho. Henry's everywhere. Real menace to Werder Bremen. In the wide position through the centre. Vieira. To Grimondi. Here's Dixon. Fancies a crack.
Why not?
Corner.
Really really surprised no one came to Lee Dixon at all, with all his experience. Yeah, he got the block on, but he never moved towards Dixon at all, edge of the box. And that's a threat. You watch out, experienced player doesn't move towards him. 1 yard. He's lucky to get the block on it.
Alts doing the defensive organising. Bergkamp trying to break it down. All the ball's bent out of play. It's a goal kick. Remember, Leeds United also playing tonight against Slavia Prague, available for Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports News. Could we have an all-English semi-final? Maybe an all-English final. Maybe that in the Champions League as well.
Well, it's going to be an open draw in the semi-final of the UEFA Cup, we're led to believe, so if both get through, and we certainly hope they do, then there's every chance that Leeds could be facing Arsenal in the semi-final. But much work to be done in both ties of that, I'm absolutely certain.
Luzhny. Parla. Almost within range of an Andy Gray header. Bauman's clearance.
I thought about it. I'd say a couple of yards more. I thought about a diving header, but then I looked 30 foot below me and I thought, I don't fancy the landing.
That wouldn't have worried you when you were playing. You're getting old.
True.
He's getting old too, Dieter Eilts, but he's still really vital to Werder Bremen in these circumstances, particularly. Arsenal trying to get back some of the rhythm of the first half. Grimaldi, midfield man tonight. And another of those midfield players caught offside, Ray Parla.
I just think we're coming to a stage in the game. I just wonder about Mark Overmars for me, Mark. You know, he's been out for a while. He's feeling his way back delicately. We've seen how Henry's pace has troubled him all over the back four. Whatever Henry's put himself, he's troubled every one of that quartet at the back with his pace. And I just wonder if it's worthwhile just sticking on Mark Overmars last 25 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of this match to stretch him even further, maybe to pinch a very important second goal.
Parla. Here's Dixon. Very nearly for Henry. It was an awkward height for Bauman to try and cut it out. He did deflect it for the corner.
This could have gone anywhere off Bauman's studs. Goes for the corner. That's beautifully flighted by Lee Dixon, but that was decent defending that time from Bauman.
They've gone for the left footer for the corner from the right this time. Silvino. Goalkeeper under some pressure, it must be said, patted at it. Got it out of harm's way.
Well, there was absolutely nothing in at all for Thierry Henry.
Dixon pull out of it. Vieira, Ljungberg, now Bergkamp. Grimaldi's running for the central striking position. Bergkamp trying to plough his own furrow. Difficult to do against some quick-footed defending.
I'll tell you what, Mark, a better ball in to Dabrowski there, and they were spared. Dixon had got sucked in there, and if Dabrowski could have gotten it and shifted it onto Ailton on this left side, there was danger threatening.
Bremen, a very prosperous seaport in the north of Germany. Population just over 500,000. Very proud of their football club. And looking as though it's all going to be set up for the second leg.
It's a bit presumptuous. You and I have been sat here for the last 2 rounds seeing exactly the same at this particular moment.
Maybe we can trigger a goal rush from Arsenal by a remark or two along those lines. We need the sending off first, don't we?
That's true. But there's hardly been a tackle, is there, in the match?
Herzog, the one player booked. Bringing it across to Shikuzu. Shrinks, those two working the right-hand side, but not in harmony then. And the referee just waiting to see whether there was any advantage for Arsenal before giving them the free kick.
He's done well, I have to say, in that respect. I like this referee, Martin. You can see that's the free kick. And as the ball goes, he just waits and waits and waits. And then when Arsenal didn't get it, he's quite happy to bring it back.
A name like Colombo, he's good at spotting the offenders.
Unfortunately, he's got two good eyes.
Frings. Silvinho, change of pace from him. Ljungberg. Silvinho's crossing out. Just gambled, sticking out a heel at it. Vieira knocked it too far ahead and followed in then. He was trying to catch up the ball, but he played too heavily. And it led to a pretty strong contact. Dixon puts it out. I think it's Frings not making a huge fuss about it.
No, I mean, the ball's in between them and they both go in. He does catch his foot. This is so often we've seen this in recent weeks. And it's a hard one to judge. I think the referee's got that right. I think Vieira's making an honest and genuine attempt for the ball. Frings is flashing at it. There's always going to be a little bit of contact, and the one whose studs make contact is the one who gets out. He gets off free.
Well, that gives the lie to another stereotype, Andy, the writhing German when he's hurt.
Yeah.
All credit to Frings for not making a huge meal of that.
He only rolled over about 4 times and now got up, but I know what you mean, yes.
Come on, we're in sympathy with this. You mentioned Overmars as a possible substitute. There's Kanu, of course. Well blessed on the bench, Davor Schuker.
Yeah, they've got plenty of options, plenty of attacking options. Kanu, Schuker, Overmars, take your pick.
Ljungberg, Henry. Great turn of pace again. It's too high for Parler.
Yeah, that's unlucky. That's why I sit here and think Overmars. You know, a little bit of pace wide and let Henry go central.
Hopeful ball by Grimond, and it very nearly ran on through, and another yard and Henry would have had a chance that might have taken him by surprise at the far post. Here's Luzhny.
I'm looking over at the bench, and it is Kanu who's first to take the tracksuit off.
Silvinho. Grimond. Vieira just waiting for the bounce to get the loop to the pass to Dixon. Dixon making decent ground. And again, Dieter Eilts making the block.
Double substitution by the looks. It is Overmars as well, who's...
Well, Bergkamp's going off, and I think he knew it because he turned as soon as the play was stopped. And it's not been the most effective 66 minutes that we've seen from Dennis Bergkamp. So Kanu has a chance to try and influence proceedings further Arsenal's way. And so too will Mark Overmars.
You would think it's Parler or Ljungberg, maybe Ray Parler. Ljungberg's goals might just keep him on.
You got it.
That makes sense to me. You know, it gets Ljungberg. I don't know. Well, we've often said that Ljungberg would come to the right and Overmars would go left, but it's been the other way when these two have been on.
Keep an eye on Wiedener because he's the quick fullback. And I was told last night if Overmars played on the left, Wiedener, who's the left back, would go to the right. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, he's jogging over left side, or right side, is it Arsenal's right? So
Wiedner can stay put, yeah.
Yep.
And here's Kanu straight away. It's been annoying for Arsene Wenger, Mark Overmars, with this persistently dodgy ankle. Because in the first half of the season, his European contribution included 5 goals. Wiedner, Dąbrowski, Dixon pulling it across to Silvinho. And what happens in the next 20 minutes or so may go a long way towards determining who goes through into the semi-finals.
Arsenal have just got to be very wary that they don't overstretch looking for a second goal, Martin, and concede one. You know, if it's got to be one, then yeah, okay, we'll prod away and we'll probe and we'll see if we can get a second. For goodness sake, don't
1-0, of course, in Parma, as we mentioned in the first half. And although they did go through Werder Bremen, Parma had 2 one-on-ones with the goalkeeper at critical stages of the match, which they didn't take. And that really could have gone against the German club. And as you said, you do fancy Arsenal to get a goal anywhere they play. But these days you do fancy that they'll let one in away from home. Or 2. Kanu. Taking his time over the throw. Dąbrowski, who's a German under-21 international. Herzog. Baumann. It's the sort of composure that they weren't showing at all, really, in the first half. Here's Boda. And he's gambling again. He does take some risks sometimes, but they invariably seem to pay off. And it's Adams' pass, and it's Henry. Kanu streaking into the centre. And then checking, Henry just seemed to stumble for half a stride.
That's exactly what he did, but brilliant play from the captain, and he kept going. Watch him, because the ball's on. He just checks Tony Adams. He wants it pulled back, not across. Germans had the ball straight across, pretty well covered, but the pull back, run about penalty spot, less so.
Came off Iltz. Sometimes defenders can do the job for the attacking team with a touch at the near post, but it went beyond Adams. And Arsenal have a throw. Luzhny wants it from Overmars. And he's lost out. Ailton. Wiedner. Herzog. Luzhny gets back. A lot of European experience, of course, in his time with Dynamo Kiev. There again. Overmars. Here's Wiedner. He'll stick to him like glue if he can. Ailton. Friggs. Roaring back for Schumberg. Vieira. Kanu's taken up a good position. Henry. Oh, and again, Henry providing an end product in terms of the shot, but Rost able to get into the line of it. Tremondi. Kanu instrumental in that last attack. So a different set of problems for Werder Bremen now. Vieira, Silvinho. Arsenal want a second goal. Dixon. Didn't quite keep it in.
Touch unlucky, wasn't he? But the Henry chance was very beautifully struck. Look at Cano's position. He just drops off the front. And he plays him through beautifully. He takes it out his feet. And that's the only thing you can do from that sort of angle is work the goalkeeper. He certainly did that.
Forcing it forward, but with a slightly raised. Certainly he's been penalised.
It's the sort of challenge that certainly wouldn't get a free kick in this country, would it, with a English referee or a British referee here, but very sharp on it in the continent. Any foot that's off the ground, raised or touch.
French player, French referee. Old habits. No complaint from Grimaldi. Free kick to Werder. Werder, incidentally, is a small island on the River Weser, where they met to found this football club in Bremen. Frieden. Barton making his way forward. And they have had to defend for a lot of the game. With another reminder, set pieces, a strength for Werder Bremen. And very well represented in there. Tikuzu, and Overmars. Chance for a sprint here and for Henry, and who's there? Mr. Reliability for Werder Bremen, Dieter Eilts. Ailton. Eilts with the cross. Dixon came off an arm, but not intentionally. Frank's got the ball. Frieden trying to drop it in behind Silvino, and he's done that with reasonable precision for Ailton. That's gone out though. Just over 15 minutes left. It's the old scoreline, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Dabrowski, Ailton. Luzhny's header, helped on by Grimaldi. Here's Friggs. Grimaldi has to defend, brought out by Adams.
So high up the pitch as well. Goodness me, every player was at least 5 yards in the Arsenal half.
Frieden's cross, Ailton. Adams holds up his hands. Sorry, chaps.
Honestly, if Tony could have just fed one over the top, I know it's easy from here. But you look how high up they are. Only Ellis is on the halfway line. The rest were 5 yards up. He had no real option, to be honest. It was a great opportunity to break.
I'll be amazed, Andy, if Arsenal don't get in one-on-one with the goalkeeper in the second leg.
Yeah.
Grimaldi. That was a shot. It's gone for you.
I'm having none of it. This is a glorious pass from Kanu. Well, sometimes you need a bit of luck to win a competition, and maybe this is it. Absolutely no doubt that Kanu's hammering that at goal. And Freddie Ljungberg, although he doesn't get a great deal of power in the shot, he gets accuracy, he gets it going across the goalkeeper, and that's the important thing. It's just reward for Arsenal for me. They've been 2 goals better than this team tonight. That'll make Arsene Wenger feel a little bit happier.
8th of the season for the number 8. And Davor Schuker has come on. And Thierry Henry has gone off.
Just be with a little eye on the weekend, Martin, as well. But that's what I said. I thought that Ljungberg would get the nod over Parler and hook him off for Overmars because of his ability to do what he's just done. And that's, at the moment, seems to get vital goals.
Overmars. Arsenal want more. Frinks. 6 goals now in his last 13 games, including tonight. That's a fine return for a midfield man.
Well, you take that from your front man, wouldn't you? A goal every other game.
Dixon. Vieira. Adams. Schuker, who's been consigned to the bench for most of the recent games. Kanu. He's not Thierry Henry.
Yes,
Double
I was
Schuker.
thinking. He's gone off.
Also, he preferred on the left foot, the Croatian, not down the right side. Fricks. Well, it's gone to the script, really, hasn't it? Arsenal usually win at home. Werder Bremen usually lose away.
Well, it's certainly beautifully poised. Just over 11 minutes to go at 2-0. Certainly if Arsenal could pinch another one, Mark, it would be a pretty good night's work, I have to say.
But if Werder Bremen get a goal, a lot of an impressive performance would, you feel, go to waste. Chikuza. Baumann. Couldn't pick out either Boda, who was his real target, or Ailton.
I was just thinking, looking at David Seaman with the ball, I don't think the big man's had a save to make tonight. I don't think he's been off his feet, I have to say. Well, there you go.
The most difficult thing was that leaning forward catch from the ball whipped in from the right-hand side, left-footed, wasn't it?
That was it, yeah.
So far. We've still got 10 minutes left.
I think he might have a bit more to do next Thursday.
Schuker. Here's Herzog. Arsenal beat Nantes here by 3, Deportivo La Coruña by 4. So 2 to the good. Dixon's throw.
I was just thinking, Mark, do they reckon the young Peruvian will be fit for next Thursday?
They do. He was very close to being fit tonight. That's Claudio Pizarro. 14 goals in his first season in German football. And Kanu's offside.
Yeah, look just about right, this. Just goes a fraction early. The ball's played.
Leeds against Slavia Prague. Same kickoff time, closing stages there, available to Sky Digital viewers on Sky Sports News. Ljungberg. Well, how did he keep going there? They've been so good at shutting off the space. Often. Partially cleared. Cross over Mars. Foul by him, in fact. Slightly more strength of resolve there from Widner. Franks. Vieira. Kanu! A third for Arsenal would be a real bonus now. And just for a second it looked as though Kanu was going to find a room where there seemed to be absolutely none.
Well, it wouldn't have surprised anyone who's watched Kanu play if he'd been able to drag it here, drag it there and find a way through. He totally ignored Suker, who was just up to his left.
Vieira. Ljungberg. Grimandi. He was jumping up in hope
This is a beautiful strike. Again, hardly anyone goes to press him from the back. Ilks again, edge of the box, stands and waits for other people to press him. Always looked to be over, I have to say. Never quite was coming down quick enough.
Ailton, who's hardly had a kick tonight.
Who? Is he played?
Ailton, yes, is replaced by Bjorn Schierenbeck. It's only his second appearance for Werder Bremen this season. The first was a late tactical substitute to see it through in the second leg against Parma last Thursday night. He's another
Giant,
massive player.
Well, it's about concentration the last 7 minutes of this for Arsenal, particularly any set pieces. It's marking up your men, it's winning the ball.
Herzog, Ilks, now Wiedner. In towards the tall substitute Schierenbeck. And it's Vieira in the right place to clear. Lovely ball manipulation by Schuker. And Barton has to play it back under pressure from Overmars. Kanu. Can't blame the pitch, really.
It's hard, I mean, even for great players, Mark, to come on as a substitute in a match. Pick up the tempo of the game immediately. I think that showed a little bit with Kanu tonight. Sometimes it works for you and you do, so other times it doesn't. His touches looked a little...
But what a marvellous miss kick that was for Ljungberg's goal.
Perfectly timed. There you see the advantage of poor control of the football from Kanu.
Textbook, yes. Top raise there. Herzog. Here's Bode, springing to life. What's the referee going to make of this? He's given the free kick against Marco Bode, who's not a man who gets ruffled easily. He rarely gets booked. He's thrown the ball away with an unusual show of petulance.
I think he's unlucky. He's getting hacked away at by Luzhny there. It's a free kick to Werder Bremen, no doubt in my mind about that. Look at Luzhny, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I'll just hack him down. He's a tad unlucky, to say the least.
Kanu. Barton in quickly. Yes, I think Arsene Wenger would take the 2-0 now.
Yeah. Also on board for Arsenal, no more yellow cards as well up till now, Mark.
Yes, we've got Dixon, Adams, Ljungberg and Schuker on the pitch. All one booking away from suspension, which would keep them out of the second leg. Parler's free, he's off now. They're not getting booked tonight. Silvinho. Well, Silvinho was more concerned about setting off than passing it accurately. Schuker nearly did the splits over in front of the dugout. Herzog. Wiedner. Arsenal's throw.
Well, this is going to be a first for me if it continues, man. I don't think I've ever done a game at this level where the away side has never had a shot at goal. This is incredible. And this is a team that scores for fun normally.
Yeah. That's, I think, a measure of Arsenal's performance.
Yeah, I'm taking nothing away from Arsenal. I think they've been at it from the first minute. They set the tempo of the game. I think this team were frightened of Arsenal. That's the impression I got looking at the early stages of this.
Schierenbeck. Oh, and Schuke was looking for the man. Baumann kept his eye on the ball. Referee didn't spot the nudge, and Arsenal get the throw. Dixon. And from Dabrowski, he's making sure he connected with the chest with the interception. Schuke's header. Ljungberg. It's given away by Silvinho. Two Arsenal goals from two players who have been real success stories for them this season. Thierry Henry, his first season at the club, of course. And Freddie Ljungberg, who's shown on a regular basis in English football now what he's shown for Sweden in international football.
It's his fitness, isn't it? We talked about this in La Coruña last Thursday about the measure. What's improved for me more than anything is his ability to last the pace.
He had a break in the summer, last summer.
Well, that would help.
Having come from Swedish football before and played a whole year round, and with their summer season, the sort of season that Arsene Wenger would like to have here, we believe.
No, he'd like to be contesting everything. He should be, and I think he would be.
Schuke. Over Mars. Here's another test of Freddie's fitness. He's a very easygoing chap. Takes all this in his stride.
It's been a pretty good day at the office, you'd put it down, Arsenal, tonight, Martin. They've been excellent. I think he'll be delighted. He'd take another one now. Tell you what, as we go into stoppage time, toss one in, pinch a third goal, he really would be happy. But at 2-0, his team have played well. They haven't looked like conceding. Now they have tossed Adams up. He took his time, Tony, in going up. I think that says they want one here.
Well, it's ricocheted down off a Bremen body.
No real goal sniffer in there, I'll tell you that now. Do you know why? Because if there had been, he'd be stood, do you know where? Right where that ball drops. Edge of 6-yard box.
Silvinho. There's a change of pace here from Frinks. He really ran out of options. Over Mars. Arsenal played with real pace, application and determination in the first half. They bossed the first 45 minutes, found the first 15 minutes of the second half more difficult as Werder Bremen showed a little bit of the poise and the potential in their play without troubling David Seaman, as Andy said. And then Arsenal came on strong again with a second goal to celebrate. Kuzu steering it back to Barton, and here's Dabrowski. Adams. And well into the 3 extra minutes that have been signalled.
Well, go on then. You know all about Arsene Wenger football. 2-0 up. Does Bergkamp travel or not?
Well, if I was Arsene Wenger, he would travel. Of that there is no doubt. Whether the man himself says that, well, and this man, I think Dennis wants to go. That's what the grapevine tells me. Boda. And well played Luzhny from the Arsenal point of view.
I think they need to take him on. I have to say, I think he needs to travel. This side got 4 against Lyon, 3 against Parma. They're better than they've shown tonight.
There's been some criticism, Andy, of these games being played one week after another, but I must say it can't come soon enough, the second leg. It really could be tremendous. Dixon offside against Kanu in the centre. Any sort of win, Arsene Wenger said, with no goals conceded. And that's what he's got by 2 goals to 0. The Highbury half of this quarter-final story ends at that stage. Thierry Henry galloped clear for the first. And Freddie Ljungberg, after a really crazy miss-kick by Kanu, snapped up the second. Werder Bremen, well, it's no strange situation for them. They've had to turn it around at home in the last 2 rounds, and they've done that very effectively. And it really is all set up for a splendid second leg in the Weser Stadion in Bremen a week tonight, Andy, when we can expect to see a bit more from Werder Bremen than we've seen over the last 90 minutes.
Yeah, we built them up quite a lot at the beginning of the match, Martin, to say that they're a good side, they're an attacking side, they like to go forward. To be fair, what we saw was a classic European performance from them this season. Very poor and giving goals away from home. What we will see at Bremen, I've absolutely no doubt, is a vastly improved performance. I guarantee you we won't see Bremen with no shots on goal in a week's time. It'll be difficult. There's a lot of work to do for Arsenal, but they can go there with confidence in the back of a 2-0 victory.
Well, let's hear from the 2 goal scorers with George Gavin.
Thierry, Freddie, is that exactly what you wanted tonight?
Yeah, of course. I think it's very important when you have to play at home to not concede a goal at home, and we did that well today because it's 2-0 for us. But you know, we have to be careful in the second leg in Bremen.
When you scored, did you know you'd beaten the offside trap?
No, but you know, you have always to put the ball in the back of the net after you have to see. But it was okay.
How pleased are you with your form at the moment, Thierry?
You know, the most important is not my form tonight. It was to win, and we won. That's, for me, it was the most important thing tonight.
Freddie, your goal, a trace of luck about it, but you took it well in the end.
Yeah, there was some, I don't know, pinball, and then I got the ball and was lucky to get it in the net.
What do you feel about the second leg? Is that enough tonight, you think?
No, you can never know, but it's a pretty good result, especially like TT said. We have a clean sheet. That's very important at home, but it's going to be tough down there. I think they've won with 3-1 against Parma, so we're going to be careful.
They also turned around a deficit against Lyon, didn't they, and scored 4 goals. So, you know, have you seen the best of the Germans, or are you expecting that in Germany?
We hope we've seen the best of them here, but no, but they're a very good side, and we have to be careful down there.
Thierry, is that the plan, to go to Bremen now and not concede a goal? That's the most important thing.
First, I think we have to score a goal, and it will be better to go to play, because you know, if we score a goal over there, they have to score 4 goals to put Arsenal out. But I think the most important thing is not scared to play, and when we have to score a goal, put the ball in the goal, and it will be okay, I think.
Great result, well played. Thank you both.